What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. In this video we are going to do a different kind of camo paint job on this old AR I have. We're going to do a cryptic Battleworn style camo, so stay tuned. So here's the AR that I'm going to be painting. This is actually one of my older guns. I believe it's like my first AR that I paid like $400 for, and I've kind of upgraded it. It is an Anderson, but I don't ever really shoot it. I upgraded like the muzzle device and this cheap bipod, and I don't even know what kind of scope that is. I think it's like a bar scope. I paid like $30 for it. It works for a cheaper AR and the grip and the buttstock. But basically what we're going to do today is we are going to do a full camo cryptic style paint job that is Battleworn. And here's what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using a X-Acto knife, some tape, some sort of netting. You can kind of use anything that you want to use. I just picked this up because this is all that Lowe's had. It's some kind of bird netting. We'll see how it turns out. And here's the colors I'm going with. Obviously a matte black for the Battleworn look. I'm doing these are pretty much the only matte colors that Lowe's had, so matte and flat is what I went. So I just went with a matte river rock tan, a matte Spanish moss, and a flat brown are the colors we're going to be using today. So what I'm going to be doing today in this video is I'm going to be stripping the gun down pretty much completely. I'm going to remove the foregrip, the rail, maybe the barrel, depending on how lazy I get. I'm going to remove the scope, the probably the forward assist, the pistol grip, the buttstock, buffer tube. Just make it a plain set. I've had this apart many times before, so it shouldn't take me long. I can kind of show you on the last rifle I did many years ago where I got the idea, but I wanted to do something a little bit different. This is my Battleworn AR. It's a little Anderson. I don't really know much about this gun, honestly. I did do a barrel swap from a 300 Blackout to a 5.56. I don't even know. I think it's Anderson upper and lower. I don't know the rail. I actually think he cut the rail a little bit down here, to be honest. But it came out pretty good. It was a good Battleworn look, so this is one of my cooler ones to show people. Alright, so the next thing that you're going to see is this thing completely stripped down. I got some things to do, so I'm going to do it a little bit later today, and we'll go from there. Alright, I got the rifle pretty much stripped down as far as I need it. I'm going to go ahead and leave the barrel on, just because I don't feel like torquing it back down or anything, taking the gas system off. I can just tape it up, but I got the lower receiver pretty much stripped. I just left the trigger in because, again, I just don't feel like taking it out. So the lower receiver's good. The upper receiver, I went ahead and took out the forward assist button, and I got the rail all done. I did forget that you are going to need some sort of sandpaper. So let's get to taping everything up and get to painting. Alright, pretty much got the rifle taped up as good as I need to. I wanted to make sure that where the pistol grip goes, you don't really get any tape there. The tape job doesn't have to be perfect because, again, it is going to be a Battleworn style. And what's going to be different about this, I actually got to tape up that little gas tube right there. But what's going to be good about this is I do it different than I've seen other videos online. That's kind of why I'm doing it. I want it to look Battleworn, but like it was naturally Battleworn, because I feel like a lot of them on there on YouTube actually look like they've been painted to be Battleworn. So you'll see the differences that I do in this. I basically use really heavy sand grit or heavy grit sandpaper, and then I'll let everything dry, and then I'll paint over it, and I'll scuff it up, and you'll just see the process that I do. But let me finish taping up the little pieces I need to tape up, and we will go ahead and get to painting. All right, so here's my little setup that I'm going to use to paint. It's very simple. It works. I really don't even know what I'm going to do or how I'm going to do this, but I'm just going to kind of wing it. Probably do some sort of stripes. I think I'm going to do the whole thing tan first. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so the next step is going to be adding some sort of stripes. This ain't fully dry yet, but it's okay, it should still work. So we're just going to kind of spray different stripes in it. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do some brown stripes from Rust-Oleum. It's a flat brown. We're just going to kind of spray it on randomly and see where we go with it. Next color we're going to do is matte Spanish moss. It's the only color that I already have. Shake it, we're going to do some more stripes, and then we'll go with the mesh and see what it looks like. Okay, the trick with this part is to layer it up. So when you start sanding it all down, different layers are going to pop. So like this side needs a little bit more tan right there, maybe a little more tan right there, and there. Let's see, go to the green, and the green can go about right there. There, it's just however you want. You just kind of have fun with it. And once you start sanding it all down, it's going to look very 3D. So the next step is going to be this mesh, and what this mesh does is give it the actual cryptic camo. And the way I do it is you spray the lights on top of the darks. So over the green and the brown, we're going to spray tan, but over the tan, we're going to spray either green and brown. And you just kind of hold it up and you spray once, and you'll see how I do it as I go through it. So we just do a quick little dab, pull it off, and it gives you that cryptic look. Now we're going to do this through the whole rifle, and we'll get back to you when we're done. Okay, here's the cryptic camo on top of it. You can't really tell from the video. You can see right there, but it's very difficult to get. And right there, don't know how well that's going to turn out with the sanding job that we do, but we're going to give it a shot. So we're just kind of winging it. Now we have to let this dry for a couple hours, and we'll be back after it dries for the next step. So this is the most painful step. Is spraying the whole rifle black to where it looks like you didn't do anything. But trust me, this is where the magic comes. Now I tried to stay away from the top rail a little bit, and you'll see why. It's really hard to sand, so I usually just do the sides and the bottom. This is the most painful part, I know. It looks like you don't do anything. Do all this work. One coat is all you need. It doesn't have to be very thick, just as long as it doesn't run. But you want to get all the little nooks and crannies. Now we're going to let this dry for a couple hours until it's actually completely dry. And then I'll show you the sanding process and how to turn it into a Battleworn camo look and kind of strip that black away a little bit at a time until it starts showing the design underneath. Alright, so what I'm going to start doing here is I'm going to start sanding away some of this black. Now this takes a long time and it doesn't work real well if it's still tacky, which is just a little tacky. So I'm going to let it harden up just a little bit longer. That way it sands a little bit easier, and then I will show you what it looks like from there. So this is about what it looks like about 5-10 minutes into sanding. I might have to touch up a few spots because I did go a little deep, like right here. I don't know, I might leave it. Still got to sand a lot of black away. So just keep at it and you'll see the final result. Alright, I threw a couple more quick little stripes on it so you can see that the dark areas and the weathering showing through a little bit on the corners. I'm just going to do a light sand on this and you'll see the final product when it's done. Alright, so this is what it looks like right about now. When you add that second coat and then sand it away, it really starts blending it all together. So you can see the greens and the browns, they start blending together. So now it's going to be a little bit more sanding and final assembly, and that'll be about wrap up this quick little paint job. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's just a different technique that I've used to kind of distress everything. I don't want to say it turned out exactly how I thought, because I thought it would be more camo-ish. It kind of looks like patina, really, and like rust. But it turned out pretty cool, and the good thing about it, these things are so easy to strip down, just a little bit of paint thinner, and it'll strip it all back, and you can redo it. So I'll probably redo it in the future. It's just a cool little technique that I used, and hope you enjoyed the video.